Welcome to Music is a Day Job. I'm your host, Sean, and Music is a Day Job is brought to you by the Concert app. The Concert app is an artist accelerator app that takes artists from opener to headliner to on tour and gives the fan the best opportunity to see some of the illest independent artists all over the world live performing. Performing live, my bad. Either way, today I was so basically an artist said, what's one of the main things I need to do um, to become successful, like to start off. And I told him, I said, music goals is probably like building a goal sheet is probably the first thing you should probably start at. Um, because of course they're probably already performing, doing things, you know what I'm saying? So a goal, like to know your goals as an artist is probably one of the most important. Now whether you chase direct goals or anything like that, just understanding a blueprint is your main situation. You don't have to have like a goal set, like I have to have it at this date or some type of stuff like that. Like, because I'm not big on goals being set on specific dates. I'm very just blueprint oriented. Like the goal is to get here. Here's the blueprint to how to get here. How do you build this blueprint with those pieces to be like here, 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 here? This is where I know. So then I tell people to split it into two pieces: your artist blueprint and your business blueprint. These are two totally different blueprints. They can mix, but they are two different blueprints. On one end, you're going to have your artist side. Your artist side is based off of things like how many songs are you making this year? Or how many songs in general do you want to make? Um, what do you expect on the consistency? Like where's the consistency with this music? Now, this is all gauged by how you can actually like do it. So you really can't make a goal until you see what you can really pull off. Like, is it possible really to make a song a week? Is it possible really to make 5 songs a week? What does this look like for you? What is the comfortability level with that? When you do this, you're looking at videos, you're looking at content, you're looking at how much, how long, what do you need to get to express yourself fully to your consumer. This also is dictated by, once you have the consumers, how they respond to different things. So then the amounts you're going to make are going to be then dictated by how consumers react. Uh, so you want to build that side based around the full artistry. When you get to the business side, as I always say in all my videos, I'm more on the performing side. So I know how many fans I need per area for me to get to the point to be a headliner and get to a point for me to make money and build my career. So that's my blueprint on the other side. Now, in the video previously, I talked about different forms of artists. So then your blueprint's going to be towards that. I rather focus on with what I'm doing is concerts. So I focus on fans. How to get fans is on this side of the blueprint. How are you succeeding in getting fans? Different people are different ways. Some people are like, some people approach people in the mall. Brian, who's in my group, who's also one of the founders of Concert, he's very in people's face. Like he used to go to the mall and get 10 fans. He'd go on 16th Street and get 15 fans. So it's like he comes from the days of selling CDs hand to hand. So he's one of those people. And that could be your way you get fans. But then he understands, when he writes out his blueprint, he's going to say, hey, these are the places I'm going to get fans. This is how many fans I need to get. This is what I'm doing to get those fans. And he's writing that down. Now, to someone who is more like me, I'm more online. I like the online, like hitting people online. So in that, then I'm saying to myself, hey, I'm probably going to try to hit 40 people a day. And I'm going to try to hit 40 people a day and then see what my turnover rate is when I'm doing this. If I'm hitting 40 people a day, how many people are turning over? If it's, let's say 10 are turning over, then if I'm looking at where they are, what's the location. So let's say I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be in Phoenix. I'm gonna hit 40 people to get my 10. Now if I'm like using Concert, then I'm trying to get to 30 so I can be a dope opener out there and get my feet wet. So I'm like either between 15 and 30. That's what I'm trying to look at. So then if I know I need to hit 40 and I'm seeing a 10 turnover, then I need to really go hard and make quality out of like 120 people over these next 3 days. I need to go real quality on my Phoenix people, and then I'm going to go Phoenix, and then I'm gonna do the same thing in Utah or like Salt Lake, and then other cities. So then I'm in Colorado, so then I have multiple cities. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it in Greeley. I'm gonna do it in Fort Collins. I'll do it in Denver. I'm gonna do the same thing, and then over those days, I'm gonna do 3 days focused on one, focused on the other. Now, some people like to mix them, maybe, but this is all in your blueprint on your business side. Other things that can be on that business side is, of course, merch. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but as I was saying, on your business side of your goals and blueprint, you want to be like, it could be merch. You might be like, hey, this is the type of merch we're making. These are the different types of merch we're making. How many different sizes do we need of each? Is this shirt for the guys? Is this shirt for ladies? Whatever. What type of products are those? Like for instance, it can be, lighter shirts, beanies, all this different stuff. What is the weather based on? Are we doing hoodies? Are we doing t-shirts? Like all this are all different blueprint pieces that you need, and then figuring out the goals to go with them. How many do I need to sell per show for me to make this amount of money? Because see, once you start doing, of course, a concert and you start moving, we don't take any parts of your merch or anything, so that gives you the opportunity to, of course, make money off the fans. That, like, there's markets, and knowing these markets, like I'll tell you, like out here, go to places like Grand Junction, big merch spots, and you start finding where the merch spots are versus a lot of times, which this is the crazy thing is, which I think there's a correlation between this, is cities that get a lot of like big nationals are usually lower merch areas. It's for independent artists. And then cities that don't get as many national artists, they're higher merch areas. So then when you get to those places, those are the places you're going to sell the most. So understanding those when you start plotting a tour is kind of being like, yo, I really need to push hard in these cities when I get there. Also understanding the places that you might end up going less being the places you're going to push the most merch, because they're not going to see you as much as the other spots. So then you might want to be like, yo, in these spots, we're really going to overdo it with the merch so we can stay in front of people. So all these are just things you're thinking on your business side of your blueprint, to be like, yo, this is my blueprint here. This is what I'm planning on doing. So it's very important to split those goals and split those ideas so you can have both sides, and you can look at both sides all the time and understand, hey, this is what I'm gonna do over here. Artist wise, this is what I'm gonna do over here business wise. Make sure you split, and that's the important thing that you should do dead out the gate right now. If you're already an artist, it's kind of like you have the art and you're kind of already in the space of, you're starting to do shows, everything that starts creating that. Because the thing that sucks is, like, once you're far into this already and you've already been doing tons of merch and everything and you have no tracking of it, then you're in a space where you have to go back and now track, and you have to start at ground zero, because you're gonna have to figure out exactly what is what and why it works like this, and what is the easiest way to make it work, like minimizing so you can maximize. So that's the breakdown of the importance of making goals in a blueprint musically. Once again, this is Music as a Day Job. It's brought to you by the Concert app. And as I always say, Concert app is only in doing shows only in 3 states right now. That's Utah, Arizona, and Colorado. We'll hopefully be in Nevada very soon and Texas very soon. If you're not on that list, get all the artists you know to start reaching out and getting on the app, the Concert app, Concert. The more people we see on the app in different areas, the easier it is to be like, yo, we need to get there sooner because the demand is there. If you know venues, that makes it easier too, so we can start getting to them and getting the shows booked. Have you artists start living off music as soon as possible. So once again, this has been Music is a Day Job, and I'm your host, Sean.